Hello everybody of YouTube, and the interweb. This is Cypher and we're back playing some Wasteland 3. Last time we got the band together, but the save didn't take, so I had to rebuild two of the characters. I kept Hammer as close to the original as possible, but our second and support character, well, I decided to go, less nerd, more Boy Scout.
Listen, I can get you all the fighting troops you need, but if you meet any talented people in your travels, don't hesitate to sign them up. Now that we've got that sorted, let's talk about the next steps. Now, you're the boss here, so I'm not going to tell you what to do, but getting this place up and running wouldn't be a bad place to start. That means surveying the base and finding specialists to staff it.
Yep, all of our staff died on the lake. Surveying the base sounds good.
Perfect. That'll give you a chance to see if any of the junk around here is worth keeping before I toss it all out. After that, you might want to give Sheriff Daisy a hand. If you impress her, maybe she'll hook you up with some specialist for the base. Anyway, your call. Colorado Springs is straight out the main gate. If you want to go to Denver or Aspen, just hop back in your car and go out the way you came in.
We have a few more questions. Can you and Quan tell us more about yourselves?
Well...
Well, Sergey won't blow his own horn, so I'll do it for him. He's Colorado's greatest war hero. Fought by the Patriarch's side from the beginning and saved the old man's life about 100 times, right, Sergey?
I'm honestly just disturbed at how all three characters are standing in one spot. Have they all merged into some sort of super being, or will they split and become their own separate people again?
75. Tops. Now, let me tell you about Mr. Slick here. Nobody knows the streets and alleys of Colorado Springs, or the people that live there, better than dashing Darius Kwan.
You're too kind, Sergey.
You two volunteer
Yeah,
for
I
this?
was getting a little itchy doing the same old in the marshals.
And retirement was driving me stir-crazy. Just sitting around listening to the paint peel. I jumped at the chance to help you folks out.
You both seem awfully eager to help a group of unknown outsiders. Why are you really here?
It's no lie that I've been looking to leave the marshals, but you're right. That's not the whole story. The Patriarch asked me to keep an eye on you, so... here I...
And I am truly sick of retirement. But, yeah, I'm doing the Patriarch a favor too.
So you're spies.
Let's say... liaisons. The Patriarch wants you to succeed, and he knows it's not gonna be easy. You're strangers in a strange land.
You don't know the politics. You don't know the personalities. Who hates who? Where the bodies are buried.
That's where we come in. We're here to make sure you don't make too many rookie mistakes, step on the wrong toes. And yeah, we're supposed to report back to the Patriarch about how you're doing. But you didn't really expect to be left completely to your own devices, did you?
What was the deal with the alarms and the robots?
Not sure exactly.
We were gonna get the place
Something must have triggered the security systems between then and now.
I'm going to be
Patriarch
skipping
could be what
through this
set off the
because I think
alarms.
I already did the...
around these
It's the
parts we
last
call the
episode.
nuclear...
Noah's flood was the deluge of water. The nukes were the deluge of fire. Gonzalez? He's a whiz with stuff like that. The AI will allow you to give the vehicle orders in combat without having to be inside it.
Forgive me for saying so, but I'm guessing you folks are... Well, I know. Plus, I'm a sure shot and a decent... Great. Lead the way.
Okay. Oh, just so everybody can see, this is Scout, where Hammer was inspired by the Salamanders. Scout here is inspired by the Ultramarines from Warhammer 40k, which is a fun game and I highly recommend. And balance between painting models and wargaming. It's just fun. A little bit of expensive, so I always recommend being
You get
patient
this
with
cleaned
it.
out, you can put your truck in here.
Now, should I be a little concerned that the Boy Scout learned how to lockpick? Okay, let's see here. Rusted Slicer Dicer. This enormous spire-like robot is in bad shape. It twitches in a puddle of its own fluids, its casing dented and riddled with bullet holes. Judging by the scrape marks on the floor, it looks like someone dragged it into the garage from somewhere else. Up, still down one mechanic level. Leave the robot alone. Don't have mechanics to speak of.
Look at all this machinery. If we can get it all running, this will be a good spot for your army. What a stink. Somebody's been using this medbay for a morgue. Gonna take an ocean bleach to get it ready for customers.
Female corpse is bloated and putrefied. One of her arms is entirely missing. Black ichor oozes from her skull and torso. First aid 1. Search for a cause of death. Looks like missing her arm had nothing to do with the woman's demise. It had been expertly removed and stitched up long before she died. Instead, she seems to have died of an infection or illness. You notice the corpse's ankles and wrists are scarred, as if she had been chained up for a while. Leave the corpse alone. Honestly, this is a bit morbid. To people who are wondering why there's so many corpses, well, this base used to be a base for slavers. And slavers don't really care about people. Long term, that is one of the worst institutions and ideas humanity has ever practiced. all things being fair, it did have its place when, and you needed large amounts of labor to build things like grain silos or fortifications.
Brandon, maybe you could make it your trophy hall or museum or something, or a handball.
But those who understand the whole history of
Taking a shot.
the whole history of the Industrial Revolution would know that slavery was one of the key things that kept humanity from ever advancing as a society and culture. Hence why I will always say it is the worst idea imaginable. Because honestly, think about it. How many points in human history could have been drastically improved by technology that wasn't developed because, well, if I develop technology, we have slaves. It's just honestly horrible. And honestly, just a sign of pure laziness. Hence, when I am doing my choices for this game, any and all slavers must die. Okay. And that is the computer room cleared out.
Well, this must have been the mess hall. Better get this up and running pronto. Keeping your people well fed is probably the easiest way to keep them loyal.
Repair the toaster. Toaster repairman's badge. +1 to toaster repair. And Quan is still dying.
Please, don't shoot. Who are you? You're not dressed like the marshals.
We're the Rangers. Who are you?
I'm Del Hackett, and I speak for these people. We've been living here for months, and we've got nowhere to go. Please, will you let us stay?
Bad idea. I've been in their shoes, but this is a military base. If we have squatters everywhere, it'll be hard to keep discipline. Your recruits won't like it either.
The Patriarch's people don't care about people like us. But you're not beholden to them.
She shoots a fearful look at Quan, but she doesn't seem to notice. He doesn't seem to notice. A pretty decent problem when you think about it. Can't you go live in the city?
We're not welcome there. They already have too many mouths to feed. And more are always coming.
Where are you from?
We all farmed in the border country between Colorado and the plains. Thought we were safe out there, under the Patriarch's protection. Back then, the gangs feared the Patriarch. Not anymore. They burned our greenhouses and killed everyone who tried to fight them. No place left to run but here, for any of us.
Did you set off the security system?
Not intentionally. The Patriarch's people drove up to the base a few days ago, so we hid in here for a while. Then when Andy went to check if they left, all the doors slammed shut and the alarms started whooping. Don't know what happened. Been living in these ruins for weeks, and we never set anything off before.
Alright, you can stay.
Your call. Won't make the volunteers happy, but the Patriarch put you in charge, not them.
Well, Quan, where do you think our volunteers are coming from?
You said yes. I was sure you wouldn't.
The refugees' haggard faces break into smiles. A few of them hug each other.
We won't be any trouble, I promise, and we'll help out wherever we can. Thank you for giving us a chance. Oh, and one of our people is missing, Andy. If you find him hiding out somewhere, you send him back to us. Hear that, everyone? We gotta make ourselves useful around here.
Is it better to be feared or to be loved? Niccolo Machiavelli. Machiavelli, he said that it would be better to be feared than to be loved. But I disagree with him. It's better to be building up connections and playing the positive game than to play a zero-sum game. Because if you're playing nothing but zero-sum games with everybody, which is the games where there has to be only a winner or a loser, you want to very alone at the point in time where you need people to help you. The prisoner, waving at you through the bars of a cell, was a pale, rail-thin man with matted hair and fraying, faded clothes. He gives you a lazy, glassy-eyed grin.
Hey, dudes. Hi. Well, what's up? Haven't seen you before. Have I?
We're the Rangers. This is going to be our new headquarters.
Rangers, huh? Cool, man. Cool. I like your look. I think I had a shirt like that once, a long time ago. Long time ago. Headquarters for what?
Rangers help people. We're here to help Colorado.
That's cool. Helping's good. I like helping. Are there, like, more of you here?
That's not something you need to know.
Oh, so not many then, huh? Don't worry, you'll make new friends, I bet, though. You seem real friendly and nice. So, hey, what?
We've actually got a couple of questions for you, if you don't mind.
Oh yeah, man, of course. I don't mind. Ask me whatever.
What's your name?
My name? Yeah, Ned. Ned? Harry. Nick. Booger. Dickens. Lyle? Something like that. Honestly, I don't, remember. Been a long time since I thought about that, man. Been a longer time since someone, asked me about it. I kind of been here for a while.
How long have you been here?
Couldn't tell you, man. Couldn't tell you. Like, there's no windows or clocks in here, Hard to keep track of when the day starts or ends. Anyway, a long time. Long enough for other groups, other people to come and go.
How have you survived?
Man, I got everything I need in here to keep on. Little crack in the ceiling over there drips some water. So I just gotta, lick the wall when I'm thirsty. And, you know what they say about dark, damp spaces, man? Mushroom grow there, man. So I added a little self-made fertilizer. Those mushrooms are growing good.
You've been living off of wall water and mushrooms.
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah, and bugs, when they come by. Buzzy crunchers and climby snappers and skittery two-bites and running gushers. Sometimes roly poppers and hoppy specks. Once a squirmy slurp. That was a good day, man.
That is just gross.
But yeah, mainly mushrooms.
Can you tell us about any groups that lived here before us?
Yeah, sure, maybe. Sometimes, like, a guy might come in, but I don't know if he was connected to the guy who came in before him, Kinda hard to keep track of how long it is between visits. People don't always tell me what's going on outside. But, let me see. Last guy who came in to see me was the dead guy. Before him, Tired Eyes Lady. Before her, the Smiling Woman. Before that, it's a little fuzzy.
Isolations, mushrooms, and probably whatever chemicals a human should be eating, and bugs. Probably not good for the mind. Tell us about the dead guy.
Oh man, that's some wild stuff.
The dead guy being by the computer in the center of the room.
So a while ago, that dead guy over there came running in here all nervous and freaked out and starts messing with that computer. And yeah, then there's this big-ass flash of light from the computer machine and he falls down and then all these sirens and flashing lights. It was horrible, man. Like, it made it really hard to sleep, Then after a while, the alarm stopped, and then, well, you came in.
Tell us about Tired Eyes Lady.
Well, she was a woman, dressed all raggedy, but, I'm one to talk on that. Anyway, she came in here looking sad. Eyes looked like she hadn't Hadn't seen a good night's rest in years. We talked for a bit, and then she left again. Sometimes I think I can still hear her voice. Hope she didn't die and she's haunting me for some reason. Though, now that I think about it, I guess I'd be glad for the company, you know?
Tell us about the smiling woman.
Oh, a real nice lady, man. Had a big old smile on her face the whole time we talked. Just never stopped smiling. I think she said she was a trader. Talked about how she had some merchandise to keep here and some people she was gonna deal with. Said I wasn't a suitable client, which, sure, 'cause I got no money. Well, actually, she said I wouldn't be suitable for her clients, which I thought was a weird way to say that.
We want to ask about something else.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
Logs on the terminal show there were power surge, like you said, but also several attempts to access the computer afterwards.
While those alarms were going off? How'd that happen?
We'll ask again. Who was trying to access the computer after the power surge?
Well, that guy, he fell over onto the computer machine after the flash. Maybe he landed on the buttons, or on the thing with all the little buttons. Or, oh, shit, man. Do you think someone snuck in here while I was sleeping and fiddled with those buttons? A prowler lurking about? That's some scary stuff, man. Yikes.
Do you want us to let you out?
Oh, man, yes, please. Very much.
Your call on this one, Rangers, but really, I just let nature take its course here, if you know what I mean.
I'd really, really, really like to get out of here. Really.
You should probably stay in there for now.
Oh, man, just like everybody else. Okay, well, I guess I'll see.
The body of a young man lies twisted on the floor. He wears shabby clothes, and he's been dead long enough for the body to go cold, but not long enough to rot. So, about a day or two. First day, A2 check for signs of electrocution. Body's corroded limbs in proximity to the ancient computer or suggest a painful death by electrocution. Electricity kills by stopping the heart, which looks like what happened. You don't see any entry or exit burn though, but those are not always present in low voltage electrocutions. Search the body. The man was carrying nothing but the clothes he wore on his body, and those are tattered and grimy. His shoes have holes in their soles. In one of his pockets you find a half-eaten, sweet-smelling mushroom.
What's going on with the dead guy? Is he, alright?
Okay. Here's some... I did this on my last video, but I'll run through the logic again. Hypothesis A. Andy here, came into this room, all panicked, and talked to the prisoner. Andy was hungry and accepted a mushroom from the prisoner. And while panicked, he was working on this computer, trying to turn off the alarm. And While doing that, ate a mushroom, got shocked by the computer, but it was non-lethal, ate the mushroom, it stopped his heart, and killed him. So, this prisoner inadvertently caused this young man's death. The question is, though, is it intentional or unintentional? Since the risk of it not being unintentional and releasing a murderer is not zero, best to keep an eye on him. Main reason why I say, since it's not zero, it's best to err on the side of caution is because when working with low sum, aka we only get one chance at success, caution is always better.
You're good people, Rangers. We'll find a way to pay you back.
No.
Anything you need?
No, we're not good people. We're just the watchers here. They're to protect people. We found your missing guy, Andy. Sorry to say, he's dead.
Andy. Damn it. I was afraid of that. We've been locked up for days, but at least we had our supplies with us. How did he... No. Thanks for telling me, Rangers. I'll break it to the others.
Not right now.
Careful out there. It's an uncaring world.
Our first perk. First perk is on Cypher, our sniper. Now, what is a good perk that helps the entire team? Out of all of our options, we have Rally, which for AP, we can provide the rest of the team 2 AP if they're within range. Our emergency response, when an ally is down in battle, gain +1 on combat speed for 2 turns. Okay, mark target. Mark target 2 AP reduces an enemy's evasion by 15%. Mark targets also take 50% damage from precision strikes. Okay. Masterful for precision. You are a surgeon, and your sniper rifle is your instrument. Precision strikes with sniper rifles have significantly higher chances of inflicting critical effects. Okay. So I think the one that immediately benefits the entire team, AP-wise, is Rally. Because mark target will be one that I'll do later, but that's about hitting the target harder, while Rally makes the entire team more flexible, as far as I understand it.
Systems active. Greetings, Rangers.
Okay. Time to leave for Colorado Springs. Colorado Springs. Escape nuclear annihilation thanks to missile defense system has put in place to defend nearby military installation of Cheyenne Mountain. which, if I remember correctly, Cheyenne Mountain is like the air traffic control center of all air traffic control centers. Okay.
Please, my son's not a Darcy. Let him go. You don't look like marshals. Do you work for the Patriarch?
Kind of. We're the Rangers. We work for anyone who needs our help.
Then my boy needs your help. He's going to be executed. And they won't listen when I say he's no killer. Judge Watkins has sentenced my son to die. Austin is all I have left. Everyone else died on the plains. He's a good boy. He never hurt anyone. I'm sure of it. Please, maybe Watkins will listen to you.
What happened? Why is your son sentenced to death?
I don't even know why he was rounded up. He won't tell me. Says he's embarrassed. I know they caught him doing something wrong, but he says he never hurt anyone. If you talk to him, maybe he'll tell you what happened. Sometimes it's easier to talk to a stranger than your mother. I know that much.
Who's your son?
Austin Pease, the skinny boy up on the platform. I can't imagine he killed anyone. We've seen enough death on our way out here. He never wanted to hurt anyone, ever.
What's your story?
Our family escaped the wars in the East. Tried to make our way across the plains. My husband, my other son, my daughters, one by one, picked off and killed. Now it's just the two of us, and I'm gonna lose him too.
Goodbye?
Please, help my son!
No mercy on your
Okay,
souls,
that is
Colorado.
one side of the story. Let's get at Austin's side of the
Darcy,
story.
stop!
The teenage prisoner is gaunt and pale. His hair is tousled and greasy, his face angular with hunger. He stares at the pillories with dread, swallowing occasionally. He sees you staring at him and snaps back to reality. Okay, what does this tell us? This tells us this is a very hungry, very exhausted young man. The kind of man willing to do very stupid things if it changes their lot.
Sorry, I didn't mean to ignore you. Just got a lot on my mind.
How do you get in trouble with the marshals?
Made a real big mistake. See, the Plains gangs chased my mom and me off our land. We lost everything. Heard this was a place of God-fearing people and thought they'd do right by us. People here kept us out in the cold, letting us starve to death while they sat inside, warm and fed. Then the Dorseys came and gave me some food and some kindness and asked me to do some vandalism. I figured what was the harm? I never killed no one, but I did bust some windows. Marshals caught me doing it, and they said I was working with the Dorseys. Magistrate agreed, so here I am. Mom would have talked me out of it. I should have talked to her first.
Mm-hmm. What his story is collaborated with his mother's story, and his appearance suggests that he was willing to do something and stupid for food. His age suggests that and his seeming naivete suggests that he was willing to do something low level for that food. So, just a stupid kid. Why did you do it?
We were starving. No two ways about it. We were going to die. Dorseys gave us food. I figured a few windows was a worthwhile trade for the bread and meat that saved our lives.
Doesn't sound like the punishment fits the crime. Now, always execution by exposure, that is not a fit punishment.
I thought it was too harsh, but what happens if I speak up now? Will they come after my mom? I can't take the chance.
Let's say we can free you. What's that worth to you?
Magistrate's a hard man. I wish I could believe it'd work. I'd do anything for someone who could get me free without hurting anybody in the process. Guess I don't have any money to give you, but I'd pay you back in hard work, if you'll have me.
Do you have any useful skills?
I'm used to hard work around the homestead, and I ain't too bad with a gun either. My folks made sure I could hunt and fight. I always dreamed of coming to the big city and being a newspaper man. You know, interviewing people, telling the truth about how things really are. Sure didn't turn out like I hoped.
He shakes his head. Goodbye.
Nice talking to you.
What does this marshal have to say?
This kid's going in the pillories next.
Well, that's useful. Magistrate Silas Watkins. This dour man looks out at the pillories with an expression of grim satisfaction. His sallow skin pulls tight over his face, and his thin lips press together in a hard line.
Howdy, Judge. How's your heart? Still colder than a well-digger's ass?
Marshal Quan, impertinent as ever, I see. Rangers, I am Magistrate Silas Watkins. I have heard of your arrival, partly from the confessions of the Dorsey raiders. You'll be pleased to know that I sentenced them to death for their part in the attack on the city and your convoy.
Which reminds me, that Dorsey you requested stand trial? He was clearly guilty and sentenced to the pillories. A waste of my time. He did have this note, though, which you may find interesting.
Okay. Austin Peace says he didn't kill anyone. What will it take to free him?
His crimes are still severe. He was part of the Dorsey uprising. He caused significant property damage. His actions diverted marshals from responding to reports of attacks, magnifying the harm the Dorseys were able to inflict. Argue a case, and I might show lenience.
What if the Rangers were to pay for his damages and assume guardianship over the boy?
You wish to compensate the city and the owners of the damaged properties for their losses. I can facilitate that. That's the price in Colorado dollars.
We can't pay that right now.
Understand that the law cannot wait until you have the means to pay. The boy will go to the pillory soon. His time is short.
Goodbye.
Indeed.
Okay, let me explain to you why this is a horrible idea. You got 8 young, fit men here. That's in 1 hour. That's 8 human and work hours being destroyed, where a more fit crime for their punishment would be to treat them kindly, to feed them, um, and to put them to work in what passed for the fields, or repairing the city. By executing them, you destroy future and potential. Albeit though, what do you do with them afterwards? That is the question. And with that, contemplate the morality of the death penalty and slavery. I'll be leaving you for next week as we try to save a young man's life. Like, comment, and subscribe, and see you next week.